Alright folks, we're back with the second game of this set here between, the bottom left-hand corner, the Red Terran 2provief, loser of the first match in this series. And in the top right-hand corner, Roark Garnett playing as the Blue Terran 8-bit. And as you can see, both of these two players are bantering right now about the proxy play from 2provief in the last match, which did not end up paying off for him in the long run. So, here we go. Let's see what these two players come up with as an encore to their performance. You know, 2provief is gonna have to step it up to stave off elimination here in this best-of-3 series here on Antigua Shipyard for this round. These two players both got a bye in the first round of the tournament, so they immediately advanced, not having to play on Ohana with some of the other players, which is both a good and bad thing. I personally like Ohana, and I can't stand Antigua Shipyard, which is why I gave myself 2 byes, so that I missed both Ohana and Antigua. And that's the game you play when you make your own tournament, folks. So if you want to get good seeding, run your own tournament. Then we have 2 SCVs here passing each other in the night. A barracks going down for Roark Garnett. I gotta believe we're about to see one from 2provief. There it is. Just a little bit behind Roark Garnett right now. Though he does have a refinery up before Roark, so we may be seeing some more Marauder play out of 2provief. You know, Roark really didn't make that many Marauders. I don't think he made a single Marauder actually last game. It was just all Marines, Medevacs, and Siege Tanks. And we have a little bit of an SCV skirmish going on here. And Roark is going to shove off. And both sides are droning up, putting out supply depots. Roark is going to finish that full wall off. And 2provief getting a second gas, so maybe not Marauders. We might see something along the lines of Banshee play, perhaps? Something that's going to require a lot of gas. As the primarily Protoss player, I don't actually watch too many Terran games, aside from TVP, so I gotta believe, though, that this amount of early gas is going to lead towards something along those lines. Banshees, Aliens, maybe? I don't know. I don't actually know how to play this game, I just sit here and talk about it. Anyways, Roark Garnett is going to go for that 1 Rax expand that is so popular with Terrans right now, and which he used to good effect in the last game, building a significant econ advantage over his opponent. And this SCV is just going to hang out for 2provief, I guess. And we have the factory going down. The real telltale sign of whether or not we're going to see Banshee play is if he gets that starport and goes for a tech lab instead of a reactor. And we do have a bunker going down, so not planning on expanding. You know, for newer players, if you do see a bunker along with a full wall off on the one base from the Terran, that's usually a sign of some sort of cheesy play. And here comes the starport. And we do see a tech lab going down, and I gotta believe that that starport is gonna swap with the factory, and we're gonna see Banshees being produced very soon. Meanwhile, back for Roark, he's gonna establish that bunker, he's getting that command center up, and he's gonna continue to SCV up. Getting both gases now. And he has 3 racks. 2provief's 1 racks. And we're gonna see that transfer here in a bit. So as of right now, Roark is entirely unaware, I believe, of the amount of gas that 2provief has been squirreling away. We do see that starport transfer. And come on, Banshee. He's researching Cloak, folks. That means we're going to see Banshee play very soon. And that factory is actually going to roll out and scout. That's going to give it away a little bit as well. Not too bad, though. Second bunker just in case. Not really necessary, but you know, why not? At this level of play, why not? And, ooh, Roark Garnett. I do not think he scouted the starport with the tech lab. And he does now with the scan. Very good time scan. He sees the tech lab. He sees... well, he's not going to see the Banshee pop out.
Add-on complete.
But as good as it's going to get for his game sense is he's going to know something's up. And he's putting missile turrets behind his mineral line, in front of his barracks, and another one going up. So that Banshee play is not really going to get very far at all for 2provief. That was an excellent time with the scan. A second starport going down. And without using scans of his own, 2provief is going to be hard pressed. Well, no, he does run that factory right into the missile turret, so he knows something's up. With that second starport out and a tech lab going on, it looks like he's just going to double down and hope he can power through it. And I do not think that's going to be a good decision here, folks. Yeah, look at all those missile turrets that are going up right now. A factory of Roark's own, and he's continuing marine production, getting +1 weapons. He's getting the shield for his marines. The hell is that called? Combat shield for his marines. Putting down a lot of supply depots. Let's take a look at the econ tab. Decidedly ahead once again in SCV production. So here we go, we have 2 Banshees. One which has taken some damage, might have missed that one. He's coming in cloaked, but he's gonna try and pick off a few Marines, but that missile turret is definitely gonna see him. And there we go, a well-timed scan. Might pick off a Banshee. No, not quite. Still more Banshees in production. And a command center now. So 2provief is going to attempt to expand behind this Banshee play, but he is very, very far behind in the macro right now. Roark Garnett, you know, pulling in a ton of minerals at a much faster pace. A lot of idle SCVs, however. And you do sometimes tend to see that. Just more missile turrets going up here, folks. Those Banshees are entirely shut down. And I do not know why he's continuing production. Okay, we finally do see some medevacs coming out, but he is supply blocked, so that may take a minute. So we have 4 Banshees kind of hanging out here near Roark's base, which is almost entirely surrounded by missile turrets at this point. And nothing cloaked is getting in or out here. So I'm not too sure what's in 2provief's mind right now. And the scan picking up the command center by Roark Garnett, another well-timed scan. And 2provief's going to put down a bunker. And here we go. These Banshees are going to push in and take a huge amount of damage. And we're kind of seeing the contrast here between these two players, as Roark Garnett is effectively using the scans to see what his enemy is up to, without actually having to poke at him with his own units. And 2provief is doing the exact opposite. He's just kind of flying around, looking for any opening, not realizing at this point that there really is none for him. You know, it's not almost no area that he can take advantage of with his Banshees. Now, he might be able to power through at least one of these turrets, possibly do some damage, but considering that from his multiple runs, all of these Banshees have already sustained pretty heavy damage, to say for one, that's not going to be a good idea. He's going to lose a lot of Banshees. Now, let's take a look at the Army tab. That is not the Army tab. There we go. 2 medevacs, 4 Banshees, and 11 Marines for 2provief. 45 Marines for Roark Garnett, and nothing else. But once again, oh, we're going to see a poke here, and a Banshee is going to go down. And 2provief is going to vainly hope that that's cloak's going to hold. Another Banshee down. Yet another Banshee down. And not even that missile turret's going to go down as it catches reps from SCV, and that was an entirely pointless endeavor. And the big problem with that, folks, is that 2provief really did kind of go a little bit all in on that in the beginning. He put off making a command center as natural and significantly hollowed his economy so he could get 2 starports and push out Banshees, and they have done absolutely nothing for him. Moving back to the production tab, we see Roark Garnett getting those upgrades, and what the hell is this? Oh boy, a fusion core was put down while we were chasing those Banshees around, and we have battle cruisers in production for 2provief. Frankly, you don't see battle cruisers being made very often, and that's because they're utter shit, so a very weird call. And Roark Garnett has assembled a huge Marine Brob. 61 Marines, 4 medevacs, +1 armor, +1 weapons, Guardian Shield, Stim Pack. And opposing him is going to be 22 Marines and 4 medevacs, and possibly a battle cruiser or 2 if it finishes production. But this is not looking good for 2provief. Looking at the supply tab, 2provief is hovering around 73. Roark Garnett up to about 150. And Roark is going to wisely split up some of his army. Filling 2 medevacs with Marines, he's going to push up the front and do a Marine drop behind the enemy lines in the man. And here we go. Roark is going to move up that ramp. He's going to stim, he's going to shoot down that Soul Marine, and here's the battle cruiser. And there goes the battle cruiser. That was a whole hell of a lot of minerals and gas well spent. But 2provief is getting gunned down. Those Marines are just way outnumbered. The medevac's going down now. A second battle cruiser out. And it is going to go the way of the first. And that seems to be it for 2provief. Really bet it all on that Banshee play, and that did not pan out for him whatsoever. And there's the GG from 2provief, and Roark Garnett is going to take this game and advance to the semifinals of the Pandemic Legion StarCraft 2 tournament. So we will have more matches for you guys as soon as we get them. And this is Colonel Freeze. Thank you for tuning in.